She raised you and you killed her. You grabbed a kitchen knife and you stabbed your own mother in the back. You're f***ing sick.
This is 22-year-old Nathaniel Shimmel, who brutally stabbed his mother, 50-year-old Michelle Shimmel, on August 23, 2017. Moments after the murder, Nathaniel made this 911 call, weaving a story of a burglary turned violent in order to cover his own tracks.
Flagler County 911, what's going on there?
I think he hurt my mom.
Who's he?
I don't know. He was wearing one of those robber masks.
Nathaniel is alarmingly calm for a son whose mother just got stabbed by a robber. Later in the interrogation room, he will be seen telling the same story.
I opened the slider and I went out there and she was outside on the ground with a knife in her back. And the man, tall with a robber mask was going left, running.
However, he was unable to keep up with this version when he got interrogated by an aggressive cop.
You're just a psychopath who kills their mother for no reason.
It would be interesting to see now how meticulously and skillfully the detective rips away Nathaniel's carefully crafted narrative, leaving him nowhere to hide.
You got any questions or anything about anything that we're doing? No? Have you ever been to a police department before? No. So, can you tell me about your day today? Like, what was it like? Where were you today?
I was just at home on the computer.
What time did you get up?
Around 10.
10? Is that a normal time that you wake up?
Yeah.
You wake up at 10, and then what? Who's home? You by yourself?
Yeah. Sometime during the day, my uncle came over to fix the floorboards.
Uncle who?
Greg.
Okay, your Uncle Greg. Was your mom home? No. Alright, so does your Uncle Greg normally come over?
No, the fish tank was leaking, so he had to replace all the floorboards under it.
Okay. So he came, did he finish that, or?
I have no idea.
Okay. So Uncle Greg, and how long was Uncle Greg there?
I don't really know, I just saw him.
Okay. Was your dad home? No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, where is he?
I don't know. He has the place he's renting over in St. Augustine.
So, does your dad stay in St. Augustine?
Well, ever since they divorced, she'd keep letting him stay over, then kick him out, then staying over, then kicking him out, and he was there for quite a while until she kicked him out, I think like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Why?
I don't know, I think they were just arguing and she just wanted him to leave.
Anybody call the police or anything like that? No? Okay, so he left?
Mm-hmm.
Is he your biological dad?
Mm-hmm.
How's your relationship with him?
Not very good.
Okay.
He, quote, was an alcoholic and was very verbally and occasionally physically abusive.
Like what? The police ever get called?
Mm-hmm.
No. Abusive towards who?
Yeah, everyone in general.
Yeah.
Verbally,
like what? Anything big or?
You go on rants and keep yelling and get in your face.
Okay. But he hasn't been at your house. It's 47
Wood Hollow Lane.
Wood Hollow. He hasn't been at your house in about 2 weeks.
Not that I know of. No, since she kicked him out.
Okay. So he hasn't been there. So you didn't expect to see your dad during the day or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nathaniel's narrative continues to shift. First, he points finger at his father, claiming he was involved. But when pressed, he admits that he hadn't even seen him. How much of his story holds credibility when his best friend, Christian, offers a completely different account?
Martin, not so much when he drank, but sure, he actually didn't drink that much. I mean, unless there were something going wrong on in his life.
Of course, Nathan's best buddy wouldn't lie, or would he? Christian's testimony not only cleared Nathan's father, but also offered a peek into Nathan's strained and bitter view of his family, and what he reveals doesn't paint a pretty picture.
When I first met, it was, oh, yeah, my mom's a little bit weird, this is my sister, she likes horses, this is my dad, and became, my mom's a idiot, my dad's abusive, and my sister's a And I never believed that his family deserved to be called that.
Right.
Based on his behavior and indifference, it makes anyone wonder what fueled Nathan's bitterness toward his family. In a case like this, every clue has the power to either solidify Nathan's narrative or completely shatter it.
Tell me about the rest of your day. Uncle Greg comes over, does whatever.
She comes home eventually after that. She takes the dogs out, go to the bathroom. She lets the cats out on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she left it unlocked. She usually locks it and keeps me out there.
Mm-hmm. She what?
She locks me out. She doesn't want me coming in the house.
Who?
My mom.
Why?
She thinks I'm not looking for a job.
Okay, I'm confused. So she expects you to be out looking for a job during the day.
But since she locked me out of the house, I don't have any way of showering or getting changed or anything.
Okay, and how long has that been going on?
Like 2 or 3 days, I think.
Okay. Have you tried to look for a job?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like where?
Usually over by the new renovated Publix area, and then over by the Target area.
Okay, where have you applied?
Just all around there. I've applied to GameStop, Target, Dollar Tree, all those places.
Okay. So, how do you, I mean, she just, I don't understand. When did she lock you out of the house?
Like 2 or 3 days ago. I've been staying out on the porch for a while now, though.
You've been staying out on the porch for 2-3 days?
No, I've been locked up there. I've been staying over there for like maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay. So when she keeps you out on the porch, does she let you in after she gets home?
Not anymore. Not in the past 2 or 3 days.
How long has this happened?
It's like 2 or 3 days.
Okay, so for 2 or 3 days, you haven't been in your house.
Mm-mm.
You haven't showered.
No, I haven't gotten to.
Okay. Is there a reason that maybe you didn't shower at like Christian's house or something like that?
We don't really hang out that much anymore.
No? Okay.
We hung out, I think, the day before yesterday, though, just for a little bit.
Okay. All right. So you've been sleeping outside?
Yeah, out on the porch. I've got 2 fans.
That's kind of... And that's, I mean, is somebody trying to convince your mom to tell you to do that, or?
I don't know.
Did you guys discuss it at all? That's crazy.
She just said, you're not looking for a job, so you're going to be locked out there.
That's really, that's crazy.
Yeah, I guess.
So what do you tell her about that?
I just said, well, I am, but she's like, well, you don't have any proof of that you're going out.
Yeah, but like, I mean, how does she expect you to get a job if you can't go in the house?
I
And
don't know.
did you ask her that?
I tried to ask, but she just, basically, she's really stubborn and she just wouldn't give a reason.
Okay. I mean, do you have anybody that you like kind of use to like, I don't want to say use, but like for example, if I'm arguing with, my dad, I would use my mom or my brother who has maybe a better relationship with him and say, can you talk some sense in this guy? No. There's just no talking to your mom?
I try, but she's kind of hard to talk to sometimes.
Okay.
Nathaniel portrays himself as someone who's helpless and maybe tries to garner some sympathy with the detective. However, the statements Nathaniel made are about to be contradicted by his own uncle, a man who is very close to the family.
And that was maybe a point of contention, is him getting a job?
Oh, with my sister, it absolutely was.
Okay.
She was nearing the end of her rope with him. I don't know if you want me to just talk or...
Yeah. Just so you know, the things that I write down is just so that I can look back at the interview later.
That's fine.
And it's just so that I don't forget that you said certain things, but don't worry about waiting for me to write or anything like that.
I believe it was the previous Friday that I had a doctor's appointment down there where she worked, so I asked her if she wanted to get lunch. And we had lunch in Panera, and of course we were talking about Nathan and what she's going to do with him. I had said, well, have you guys tried the employment place in Bunnell? I forget the name of it. She said, oh, I forgot all about that place. And then, I don't know if it was that day, but at sometime in that time period, she went home and told Nathan, no, she told me this later. She went home and said to Nathan, get ready. I'm taking you over to the employment place. And then she went into the bathroom to get herself cleaned up and get ready to go. And when she came out, he was gone. So that really upset the hell out of her. And I believe that's when she moved his bed out onto the patio.
That explains a lot. Nathaniel was not just trying to get a job, even when his mother was offering many opportunities to him. From this, one thing becomes significantly evident here, that there was a growing tension between the mother and son. But it was only a matter of time before the detectives uncovered the gaps that lay in plain sight.
Your mom came home from work today?
Mm-hmm.
So she came home what time?
I wasn't really paying attention to the time, probably around 5.
And you were on the back porch?
The entire day.
Okay. And the house is locked?
Mm-hmm. I think, as far as I know.
Okay. So you're on the back porch, your mom comes home at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Does she talk to you? Does anything?
No.
No conversation at all?
Not really, no.
Okay. So then take me through what happens.
She, left the door locked to let the cats out. I guess she never locked it. Then
I thought you said the house was locked.
she is. I'm talking about the porch door.
Oh, the porch door.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
For the cats. And before that, she'd taken the dog to go to the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
And then later I heard her scream and I went out into the living room and, outside.
How did you get to the living room?
The porch door was unlocked, so I opened it up and I went outside. The door was open. The front door.
Where did you hear the screaming from?
Somewhere in front of the house, either right by the door or outside.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So you hear some screaming, so you go into the house. Did any part of you think that it was inside the house?
No, it sounded like it was by the front door.
Okay. So you're watching a video here on the back porch. You hear the scream, and you felt it was coming from somewhere in the front.
Mm-hmm.
So you went through the house, through the living room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then when you went through the living room, you went out the front door?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you walked out the front door, what did you see?
I saw him going off on the left, running away.
Show me the left.
Okay. From the house, just left, and then right.
Okay.
On the swale, right here is my car, and then him was he was past the driveway, so right about where all the houses are, about to be past that, so it was right here.
Okay. So he's here,
Mm-hmm.
and where was your mom?
She was on the lawn, right in the middle by the tree.
Right in the middle by the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this guy was wearing what?
He was wearing those ski masks, and that's really all
Okay. So he was wearing
the robber masks.
Rubber mask.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see her by the tree.
Mm-hmm.
How is she laying?
She was on her back like this. I don't know what her arms are, but she has a knife right in kind of the top of her back or something.
On the top of her back?
Mm-hmm.
Sticking out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the handle.
Okay. So you see that, and how far away from her is he?
Quite a distance. He was right about around the corner where all the other houses are.
Uh-huh.
Here is where things take an interesting turn. According to Nathan, the robber ran away after stabbing his mother. If that were the case, then why didn't he call 911 right then and there? Why take the car and drive miles away to make the call? There's certainly some sinister motive behind his actions.
So you saw which part of him?
Like the back.
The back?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't see the face? Okay. So you see this, and what goes through your mind?
I went over to her and I asked if she was okay, and I went to pull the knife out, but I stopped. She didn't say anything.
Uh-huh.
So I went to pull the knife out and I stopped. I don't know if I should do that. And then I got in my car and I went to Christians, and then I called 911.
Okay. So when you got in your car to go to Christians,
yeah.
Why? My main question is why wouldn't you call 911 from your house?
I want to make sure I was safe before I did it.
Okay. So what went through? I mean, were you concerned about being safe when you went up to her?
I don't know. I was just in a blind panic.
A blind panic?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you try to turn her over or no?
No.
No. Was she making any sounds? No.
No.
And what was he doing?
He was running away.
Towards a car or what?
I don't know. He was just going around the corner.
Okay. So, I guess I don't understand not calling 911 from that point. I mean, even as you're driving.
I don't know. I had to make sure I was safe before I called. I didn't want to call while driving because I thought I might crash into something.
Okay. So you called after you got there. How far is it from your house?
It's like 5 minutes.
Okay. So, did you try any type of CPR or anything like that? No. Okay. Where was there blood in front of your house?
There was blood before the front door, I think. I thought there was blood outside where she was.
There was blood in front of the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. So you walked through the blood?
Uh-huh. I got some off when I got to Christians.
Okay. How did you get it off?
I rinsed it off.
Okay. Using what?
Just water and a towel.
Okay. All right. All right. So when you went up to your mom, what exactly did you do?
I went down the ground and I kind of moved her to see if she was okay. She didn't say anything. I yanked on the knife, but I didn't know if I should pull it out.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think during when I was running through by the front door, I think I lost my glasses, but I had an extra pair.
You had an extra pair on you?
Yeah. Well, in my car, yeah.
Okay. So when you went to grab the knife,
Mm-hmm.
you got it like this, you got it like this.
I think I grabbed it like that.
Okay. Did you pull it out?
Not completely, no.
No. How far out?
A little more than halfway, I'm not sure.
Okay. So, was your mom, she wasn't making any sound? Was she breathing or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Did you check her pulse? Okay. And so when time is of the essence,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy's already ran away,
Mm-hmm.
I can't get over not calling 911.
I didn't know what to do.
Have you ever called 911 before?
Mm-hmm.
Nathaniel claims he grabbed the knife, but he didn't call 911. It's hard to imagine anyone believing such a story. And just when things couldn't get more suspicious, the detective picks up on a critical detail. The tension in the room is about to explode, and Nathan's world is about to come crashing down in a way he never anticipated.
All right. Can I see those scratches in your arm?
Oh, you mean this? That's when I was laying against the cones. The police car. That's when I was laying against the cones in the police car. I think.
Those are scratches.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
You know what I think is kind of a strange thing? Is that We've been dealing with you for how many hours now? Do you know how many hours it's been? Okay. Do you know how many times you've asked any of us how your mom's doing? No? Are you gonna ask?
I'm afraid to know.
Huh?
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know? Why?
I she might not be okay.
Tell me what you mean by that.
I don't want to know if she's okay or not, because she might not be.
What makes you say that?
I saw her, she didn't look okay.
Describe that.
She didn't. There's a lot of blood.
Okay. So a lot of blood. I mean, what does that mean?
There's a lot of blood.
Where was the blood?
All around her.
And you only touched the knife?
I bent down and I touched her to see if she was okay. She didn't say anything.
So rather than call 911, you got in your car.
Yeah.
And you drove how many miles?
I think half a mile. It's not that far.
And then they had to tell you to call 911. Because I've been sitting here and listening to your excuses and whatever you're saying. And it's gotten a little bit aggravating, especially when you haven't asked once how she's doing, which I think is strange. I mean, you're 23 years old, 22 years old. Your mother raised you. And you don't want to know how she's doing? I think you know how she's doing. I think that's the problem. I think you know how she's doing.
Is she okay?
Why don't you tell me?
I don't know. Why would I know?
You don't know? You don't want to know.
No, I don't.
So then why'd you ask me?
Because you said.
Okay. Your mom's dead. You already knew that, though. That's why you don't ask. Do you know how many times everybody else asked me? Everybody else asked me. Except for you. I'm not even done telling you the crazy. So brace yourself.
What?
Do you know what high velocity blood spatter is? You don't? You have high velocity blood spatter on your shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. It means the blood hit your shirt at a high rate of speed.
Why would it?
What?
Why would it do that?
There's only one reason that it would do that. Listen, man. You're making me lose my patience. Okay? There's only one reason that there would be high velocity blood spatter on your shirt. And that's you standing right next to your mother when she got stabbed.
Wasn't.
But you were. But you were. And that's why she scratched you on the arm. And guess what? Your DNA and your skin is going to be under her fingernails. Huh?
Why would it be though?
I just told you because she scratched you.
Did you see the cone in the car though?
That is not from a cone. Those are scratches.
No. Don't look like it.
You don't know? So I tell you that your mother's dead. Let that sink in for a second.
It's. What? No.
Yeah.
Oh. Didn't an ambulance pick her up?
No, an ambulance didn't pick her up. Do you know why an ambulance didn't pick her up?
Why?
Because she was dead. Because when you left her, she was dead, and you didn't call anybody. You just got in your car and drove a couple of miles away.
So she could have been.
And you've got high velocity blood spatter all over your shirt. You got scratches on her arms. Tomorrow, her fingernails are going to have your skin underneath them because you guys got into it. You guys got into it. Do you want to try again and tell me what happened tonight?
I already told you though.
Okay. Tell me one more time. Humor me.
From where? When I was on the porch, or?
Yeah, you were out on the porch and you heard screaming.
I was on the porch on my computer.
Sure.
I heard screaming. The porch was unlocked, so I opened it and I, at some point, lost my glasses while looking. I went out through the front door, which was already open. I went down to her. The guy was already making way past the driveway where the turn is.
You're still sticking with the guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going.
I bent down and I asked her if she was okay and she didn't say anything. I tried to bite the knife, but I didn't know if I should move it or not.
So then why touch it?
I don't know. I was scared.
Where'd you recognize the knife from?
It looked like one of ours.
Oh, it looks like one of yours.
Yeah, we have a kitchen knife thing.
So a knife that came out of your house, right, that you walked through, did you walk past it where the knives are?
Well, the kitchen was over there, so yeah, I don't look at it.
Of course he doesn't. And even after that, he sticks to the same story. According to him, convincing the cop that he was around when Michelle got stabbed and that his DNA magically appeared is his best bet. This goes to show the absurdity of this man and just how detached from reality he truly is.
So you walked out, you walk through the house, you walk out front, and you see her and the mystery man standing at the end of the property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are scared of you're scared of the mystery man, right?
Yeah.
But you develop immense courage for several seconds and you run up to your mom just long enough to get your DNA on her, right? And on the knife.
Well, that took me, was already far away.
I get that, man, and that's why your story makes no sense. He was already far away. You have no reason to not call the police. But yet you told us on a sworn statement, you tell us that you went to your friend's house because you're scared of the masked mystery man.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure the neighbor's surveillance cameras got a glimpse of this masked mystery man too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Which neighbor?
I don't know. Where was the surveillance camera?
Okay. So, you weren't scared anymore. But then what happened? So you walk up to the knife, you grab it, right?
Yeah.
How do you get high velocity blood spatter on your shirt?
I don't know.
How? Just give me something, man. Don't just give me, I don't know.
I don't know though.
You can't tell me how some of this blood splattered all over your shirt. You do this, and you hit, right? The blood spatters, okay? That's how it works. Do you know what physics is? That's how it works. If you're standing on the back porch and somebody else stabs your mother, that blood doesn't end up on your shirt. So explain to me why your mother's blood is splattered at a high velocity. Are you just trying to piss me off? I don't understand. You're making up bullshit over and over. You're digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole, man. You're digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole. Every lie you tell is digging you a deeper and deeper hole. And once you start making up invisible masked people who don't exist, that's when you get into even deeper trouble. Just tell me how the blood gets flung all over your shirt. Tell me. Because nothing in your story explains any of that. Did you do CPR?
No.
You didn't do CPR?
No.
Do you know how to do CPR?
Mm-mm.
No. Why didn't you run to a neighbor's house?
I don't know.
Why haven't you still reacted since I've told you that your mother's dead? You still haven't reacted.
There's no way.
She's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, she is. She's dead. Never coming back. Never going to say another word to you. But she knows what you did. She knows what you did. There's only one person with blood spatter all over their shirts. You know who it isn't? Your dad. Your dad doesn't have anything on his shirt. Your dad doesn't have any crazy stories.
He doesn't have any shirts in his truck or anything?
No. Just you. With blood all over your toes. With scratches on your arm. You lost a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah? You got a stretch on your V-neck.
That's a V-neck, right?
I know what a V-neck is. You got blood, your mom's blood, your dead mother's blood on your chest. You've still got your dead mother's blood on your chest right now. If you didn't think she was dead, you wouldn't have left, my man. You would have called 911. If you didn't think she was, you already knew what I told you. You didn't even flinch. Did she scratch you earlier in the day?
No.
So you're going to maintain that you got scratches from a human being on your left arm from leaning up against the cone. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen? Explain that to me. Because that's just like the fucking science with the blood spatter with you. So explain to me how that happens.
Nathan's story of a robbery gone wrong is unraveling fast, and his desperate attempts to blame his father are falling apart. The very nature of the blood splatter is enough to paint him as the killer. There is no way to deny it, and Nathaniel saying he does not know does not help him at all.
Tell me, I'm listening.
So it's just leaning up against the car in the car.
Do you react to anything?
What do you mean?
You don't react to anything. You're not. You're just in here stone cold, like you don't give a about anything I'm telling you. You're sitting on the back porch because your mom won't let you in the house. You've been sitting on the back porch basically for 3 days, right? Okay. Do you hear a scream? You hear a scream, right? From the time that you hear the scream until the time that you make it to your mother, how long does it take?
I don't know. It was moving pretty fast.
Fast? Okay. Moving pretty fast?
Yeah.
From the back of the house to the front of the house, what does that take? 7 seconds? 8 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jesus Christ, man. A dead animal is twitching for longer than 10 seconds after it's been shot right in the head. But you're telling me that from the time you went from the back, you heard the scream, you immediately got up, you walked to the front, you walked to where your mother is, while this masked person ran away. He doesn't exist. That person doesn't exist. I just don't know why you keep going with it.
There's surveillance footage, though.
Okay, and there was nobody. I said, what is the surveillance footage going to show?
It's going to show him, though.
It's going to show him?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you that there's nobody else.
No, it's not true.
It is true. There's nobody else. All the evidence points to one person, and that person is sitting in this room with me. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
What am I telling you?
You said that I did it.
Yeah.
I didn't, though.
Okay. But you can't explain all the science that points to you doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in magic?
No.
No? Well, I mean, that's about the only other way, right? Listen. You've had a long day. You've got, what's that?
I just want to go to bed. Tired.
Yeah. So you've got human scratch marks on your arm that you're blaming on a cone. You've got a bunch of blood on your shirt that you cannot explain. Listen to me, man. Tell me where else the blood would come from.
I don't know.
Give me a theory.
I was pulling out the knife and it got on me. I don't know.
You were pulling out the knife and it got on you.
I don't know how else it would.
But you didn't move the knife. The knife is still in her.
Well, I didn't take it out, no.
No. That doesn't create high velocity spatter. Remember? That makes high velocity spatter. A slashing motion makes high velocity spatter. Maybe you and your mom get into an argument and then you try to scare her and it gets carried away. Maybe she hits you. I don't know. Maybe she hits you and you react on instinct.
No, she hit me.
Huh?
She wouldn't hit me, though.
She wouldn't hit you?
No.
She knocked your glasses off your face.
Well, she didn't.
Just like her blood isn't splattered all over your shirt.
It is, though.
It is. That's right. And you're telling me that from touching a knife and not pulling it out, that's how that happened?
I don't know how else it would.
So what happened?
I told you already. Why would I stab my mom?
Maybe because she made you stay on the back porch. I don't know you and your mom. Maybe because you got scared. Maybe because she attacked you first. I don't know.
She won't do that, though.
Okay, man, but you're also telling pork pies and telling us that your dad did it.
Well, who else would have?
Do you think that it's a logical thing that your dad, why would it be more logical that your dad would kill her than you would kill her?
Because she kept kicking him out of the house, and he has anger issues.
What about you?
I get along with my mom, my sister.
You get along with your mom?
Yeah.
And yet you have no reaction when I tell you that she's been murdered.
There's no...
She's been murdered?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been murdered. You want me to get some pictures? You want me to get some pictures and show you what happened to your mom while you were standing right there?
Nathan's attempts to weave a web of lies are almost impressive in their ludicrousness. Claiming he and his mother got along pretty well while shifting blame onto his father is just another layer to his crumbling facade. And the truth? It's closing in fast, and there's nowhere left for him to hide.
Your mother's watching you. She's dead. She's watching you. You're seeing it in your head right now. You're seeing what happened. You're playing it over in your head. You're playing exactly the moment that your mother was killed in your head right now. You were not on the back porch. You were right there. And you know it. And that's why her blood is all over your shirt. So explain to me why this happened. Or are you just a psychopath who kills their mother for no reason? That's what you did to her. She raised you and you killed her. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. You grabbed a kitchen knife and you stabbed your own mother in the back. What kind of person stabs their own mother in the back? Huh? A piece of a complete psychopath? And then to blame it on your dad? You're sick. You're a sick. And you can't even own up to. You can't even look at me in the eyes. You're staring at the ground like a little. Because you can't tell me what you did. She's cut up pretty bad. And you know that. And you know that because you were there. And you weren't on the back. You were right there. Something happened. And in the spur of the moment, you lashed out. And there's no master guy. An evil person would sit here knowing that their mother is watching them from above, desperately trying to understand how a child that she raised and probably sacrificed more than you could imagine kills her. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. Your mother's up there and you can't even admit to what you did. Like, all you can do, man, is ask God for forgiveness, man. You know. Tell me what happened. It's okay.
The detective's demeanor now changed from aggressive and dominant to one of empathy. He consoles Nathan, attempting to connect with him on an emotional level. His attempt is to make Nathaniel realize the gravity of his action, and it works. In response to the detective, Nathaniel finally breaks down and confesses the whole truth.
What? What? It was an accident.
I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to?
No.
How did it happen? It's okay. Just talk to me. You did the right thing.
I didn't mean to.
How did it happen? I figured that, man.
I didn't mean to.
Okay, alright. You need some water?
No.
No. What happened? Oh, I believe you, man. I believe you. An accident is totally different. So how did the accident happen? I'll get you some paper towels. That was the hardest part, Nate. Tell me what happened. How did it happen?
She was gonna take me out. We had an argument.
Mm-hmm.
There was a knife on the counter. I panicked. I just reached for it.
Mm-hmm.
She, like...
You just panicked. You panicked because she was going to kick you out.
Yeah, I didn't want to be alone.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay. And you guys were standing in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. So she told you she was going to kick you out, and you panicked.
Yeah.
And did she do something to make it worse? I mean, what happened?
She was just yelling at me, and she grabbed me, and I panicked.
Did she grab you?
She just grabbed my arm, just tried to talk to me. I panicked.
Okay. And then what?
It just happened.
Where did you cut her?
The neck, I think.
Okay. And how did the knife end up in her back?
I put it there so if I couldn't do it, I didn't need to. I don't hate her.
You don't hate her.
No. I didn't need to. She didn't deserve it. I just kept stabbing.
You just kept stabbing? Yeah. Was that in the house?
Yeah. She tried to get away, so I grabbed her.
She tried to get out of the house?
Yeah, but I was scared and I knew I was going to go to jail now.
On August 23rd, 2017, an argument between Nathaniel and his mother escalated. Michelle Shimmel wanted her son to get a job and contribute to the household. But Nathan, content with playing video games all day, grew enraged. Acting on his emotions, he stabbed his mother multiple times and then left the scene to craft his alibi. When Nathan's sister, Alana, was interrogated, she told something that made sense why Michelle banished him to the porch in the first place.
And he would either sit in the bathroom and play on his phone, or sit in the bathroom or draw and read. That's the one thing he did a lot. He would just go in our bathroom, the bathroom that him and I shared, and he'd sit in there for hours at a time, just on his laptop or on his phone, just because he didn't have a room in our house. It's only 2 bedrooms, and I had a room and my mom had a room. So his bedroom was it was the kitchen, but we had it a bunch of shelves and we had things hanging up. So that was kind of his room, but it wasn't a real room. So I think he went into the bathroom. So she literally bought lock and chains, padlocks for the fridge and everywhere there was food that he could get. And she would lock it. And I knew the combination, my dad and my mom. But he wasn't allowed. She wasn't starving him. She would leave out food that he could have for the day.
Even with all the evidence and testimonies, Nathaniel didn't try to change it around. While it's highly debatable whether he was autistic, Nathaniel could have had a completely different fate if he hadn't walked down the dark path. A path that led him straight into the confines of prison. Nathaniel Shimmel was initially charged with first-degree murder for the brutal stabbing of his mother, Michelle Shimmel, on July 13, 2020. However, on December 16, 2020, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder as part of a plea agreement, resulting in the dismissal of the first-degree charge. He was subsequently sentenced to 50 years in prison, with the possibility of parole and lifetime probation upon release. The judge also granted him credit for the 1,211 days he had already served since his arrest on the day of the murder. Michelle Shimmel was a devoted mother who worked tirelessly to keep her family afloat. Despite her tough love approach, her actions stemmed from a desire to see her children succeed. Her loss is deeply mourned by her daughter, Alana, who carries forward her memory with love and resilience. This story serves as a stark reminder of life's unpredictability, where even a child can turn against his own mother. It's tragic how the life of a caring mother was lost because she simply wanted a better future for her son. How different might things have been if Nathaniel had chosen a different path? Instead of harboring hatred, if he had just gotten a job and made amends, maybe the family would have had joyful days rather than the burden of mourning a loved one. Cases like this force us to reflect on the lives lost, not just the victims, but also the perpetrators. What do you think about this case? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. For more powerful stories like this, make sure to follow our channel.